Good morning everyone, welcome to my match day live. I'm here at Alders Farm Fishery in Milton Keynes. I'm fishing the Guru Alders Farm Spring League. Can't wait, come on, let's get to our pegs. So, at our peg, pretty much all set up now, just got a few more things set up. We're on peg 1 on Ash. Absolute rocket ship, I can't believe it. I've absolutely drawn my socks off. It's a bit not unusual for me, to be fair, drawing pegs like this. Yeah, this and probably two other pegs are probably the best pegs on the venue. So rigs I've set up one short line, but I'll probably set up a bit more, to be honest, because it could be rather solid. It's about 2 foot short. I've set up a 0.4 bobby. That should keep it all nice and stable. You'll probably feed maggots there as well. And then I've got 2 long line, got a pellet and a maggot line. It's a little bit deeper there, 2.5, 3 foot. As you can see, there's lots of fish behind me, so yeah, I can't wait to get started. Keep it nice and simple. Hopefully we'll catch many fish. I'm really looking forward to it. Cool, then let's talk you through my bait for today. So literally got 8 points of Tackle Shack's finest red maggots there, as you can see. Absolutely lovely. Hopefully feed the whole lot. That'll be the plan. So that'll go my short line and feed them long as well. Other thing here as well, I've got some 4mm fishery pellets. Lovely pellets there again, feeding them short and long. And then literally just a little pot of hookers basically. This is, well, pellets for going on the hooks. There's some 6mm activated pellets in there, some smaller fishery 6mm in there, like a 5.5mm sort of size. I think they'd be quite nice to go on the hook, and that's literally all I've got on my side tread. Do not like to complicate it whatsoever. And yeah, come on, let's go and have a look at my rigs. Quickly show you, this is my short line, grey hydro here, lovely and soft, but lovely and strong when I want it to. I can give it some stick. And yeah, hopefully pull fish out of any snags or anything that's around here. 017 main line, lovely and strong, very durable. Not going to go anything higher than that in terms of hook length size. 0.4 bobby, lovely visible bristle there. Not going to miss any bites. I'm going to have it dotted down, so when it goes to hit it straight away. Down to me shotting. See, it looked a bit weird at me shotting so close to me float, but that's just the nature of how shallow this lake is. I've got a tapered shot here. I like a tapered shot just so it falls a little bit slower. Even when it's this shallow, I think a tapered shotting is a must really. Pretty much 99% of me fishing on deck, I use a tapered shot. A lot of people would use like a bulk, but I've got a lot of confidence in using a tapered shot. And that is a 35cm tapered shot. So literally from this shot here to this shot here, that's 35 centimeters. And it's got a 6-inch hook length again for that slow fall, because I'm fishing with a tapered bulk. I like to have a long hook length, so I've got a 6-inch hook length, 013 Engage. I've got a 16 SLWG, one of the best hooks the world has ever seen. Onto me long line, so this will be me. Oh, drop top kit. Onto me long line again, grey hydro. Everything's pretty much the same except I've got a 0.3 bobby. See there? Again, just a little bit shorter. Again, a little bit more of a slower fall. Shotting's exactly the same, tapered shotting, 35 centimeters, 6-inch hook length, but this time I've got a band on it, so this is for me pellet line. I've got another rig set up for me maggot, so it's just a spade end 16 SLWG. That is literally all it is. How easy is that? Let's hopefully catch a load of fish. So, because it is a very hot day, the most important thing for us gingers and everyone, to be honest, is to cover up with sun cream. Factor 50 here, in my opinion, that's the only sun cream you need. Factor 15, factor 30, no good. Just use factor 50 in the sun, protect yourself. That's the most important thing, sorry. Yeah, get a load of this on all over the place, everywhere where the sun's going to be. Get loads of it on there, rub it all in. That's it, shit. That's all we need to do. Protect you from the sun. It's not that hard. If you don't like putting a load of cream on, Corda do loads of like UV tops, and Guru have got some coming soon, to be fair. But yeah, make sure you protect yourself. Put lots of sun cream on, and you won't go home burnt. Two minutes to go. Gonna put my goggles on so I can see some fish. Some people say I look like Arnie when I put these on. Put that cookie down. I can't wait. Let's get ready to rumble. Bowden Gary. What that is, the all in. 2 maggots. That's what's going on the hook. Let's start short. Now, I'm not going to feed until I actually ship out, because I don't actually know where I'm fishing. I do know where I'm fishing, Just if I just chuck it, it might not be in the right place. So I feed some maggots now. He floats in. There we go. We're rocking now. We're fishing. Don't like to start feeding fish or feeding swim. Sorry, all over the place. Just one swim to start with. So plan is just to start on this short line, fish it for half an hour, just feeding this one line. Not going to spread any bait anywhere, not going to split any fish, so all the fish go to this one line. And hopefully we should maximise our start. It's very vital for this first half an hour. Make sure everything's alright, not putting bait all over the place. Just make sure it's in the right place. I'm using my marker, I'm using that bloke opposite me as a far bank marker. So I missed that bite, so I'm just going to feed again. Be patient. Found one. It looks so weird, me bulk being so close to his float. Looks like a nice fish, nice coming. Not rushing. Not going to stab at it. I'll try not to. Got him. Quite a big fish to be fair there. Quite a big fish to start with, about £4. The average about, stay still. It's beating me up. Fish number one, £4. We're off the mark. So, same again, I'm not going to feed. I'm still kind of guessing where my maggots are going to go, so I'm going to hook 2 maggots again, both through the thin end, just like that, you can see there. Now I'm going to feed. It'd just be a lot more accurate instead of just trying to guess where your maggots are going to go. Having something to aim at like your float. Again, just being a bit more accurate and just that another percentage of making the most of the first half an hour. Another one. This grey hydra is absolutely lovely. Absolutely fantastic. A little bit smaller. £2. Hooked in the bottom lip. Explain that to me. Drop it in. So we are on £6. Same again. Now we just repeat. The temptation to mug that fish there. It's really like a light common. It looks a bit ghosty like. The temptation to mug him is unreal. But gotta make the most of this first half an hour. Don't make any silly decisions. So as you can see, I'm just keeping the back shot just above the water. Key, I think. Very, very vital. I don't want. I'll show you then. The fish will drag your float under. Just keep it just above the water. I don't like to have the back shot under the water, to be honest. For the reason being, just keep it. You're having an unnatural slack in your line, and if you're going to have indications, you're going to miss them. The float probably won't move. That is a big indication, and your float will probably still move, but just an unnatural curve in your, like unnatural slack in your rig. It is not good. Ooh, it's an angry one. Another £3 there. 2.5. I'll give him 3 just to be safe. We're on. Feeding twice. Again, we'll play about with feeding patterns later on. I don't think it's that crucial at the minute, playing about with with feeding if it does get a little bit harder. Or if I feel like I need to change something, just play about with me feeding. In a minute, just feeding twice, about 20 maggots a go. Seems to be working alright. Still a few perch in there, so I could probably feed a bit more. Just gonna try to feed a little bit more. There we go. Now it's just coming. It's a bit bigger, that one. Take your time. Not really going anywhere. It's just stuck. Get away from there. It's a bit bigger in. Take your time. Only lift when he's ready. He's big in. Yes! It's a bonus for it, it's a big old bonus that. Oh! Look at it! Hello! He's beating me up! See, he's got to be like 9 pounds, 8, 9 pounds, probably. That's a lovely bonus, that. What we need. So 17 plus 8. That is 25, if my maths are correct. So I've got this little bit of tape here on my hand here. I've got a bit of tape. This is all, it's like my limit sort of thing. Because it's quite flat here. I've got a bit of tape just where I'm holding my hand. This is where I plumb up to on a lot of venues. Just is it comfortable limit for where I'm throwing my maggots. Just keeping it all nice and accurate. If you go too far, you end up pushing yourself and the maggots start to go all over the place. Have a little bit of tape. Just as a bit of a marker. He's pulling this one. He's pulling this one. Just shows how strong O13 is. O13 engage. Pull quite a bit then. Yeah, just having that little bit of tape, just a bit of marker, you end up getting a little bit of a feel for it. Just how far to throw your maggots. Get a bit of muscle memory sort of thing throwing your maggots. Just so you'll end up trying. Again, just another little accuracy tip. Having a bit of tape that you use a lot when you go to a lot of venues. You end up getting a bit of muscle memory. And your accuracy will be a lot better. It's a little one. Little tiny one. Got nothing to him. I'm going to call him Frankie. Because he's scrawny. That's the importance of dotting your float down. You see that? It's so tiny, even with carp. So with F1 fishing, it's vital. I think it's just as important in carp fishing. That was the tiniest little dink the world has ever seen. It just shows how important it is. Just dotting that float, it's just minimising that resistance for that fish just to suck their maggots in. It's that extra little bit of another 1%. Another bigger fish as well. It's another 1%. I hope we catch a few more fish. What are you doing? He's having a party, shut down in. He's having a party. 35. See, these Arnie goggles, you know. I'm sure these Arnie goggles are my good luck charm. So you can get a bit ahead of yourself when you are catching a few fish. Don't feed after every. A lot of people, like, when they miss a bite, they refeed. They end up just filling their pegs, and especially on pegs like this. If you keep. Did I get some nuggets there? I think so. I'll bring that back. Wasn't too sure. Now, put one maggot on. So if you keep feeding, every time you miss a bite you refeed, you end up just filling your peg full of fish, especially on pegs like this. You fill your peg full of fish, there's a recipe for disaster. Foul looking fish, unnecessary, you'll end up tangling rigs because they'll be bolting off. Just not what you want to do. Be nice and patient. I am missing a few bites at the minute. I might be tempted to put a little 4-inch hook length on. I am fishing a 6 at the minute. Might be worth just giving it a go. So I've got a bit of tape on my top kit, just so my depth's marked. So that's just so I know where I'm fishing all the time. Might end up, it could be these little things to be fair. But yeah, if it do you miss it? See, he's got, I managed to re-hook a maggot there. How does that happen? I've got 3 maggots on my hook now. If you do tend to miss a few, but just put a little bit of a shorter hook length on. Could make the world of difference. I'm not going to put it on yet. I'm just going to hesitate again just to put it on. If it happens again, this chuck, put a 4-inch hook length on, see how that works. Oh yeah. Scared the little duckling then. Just take note, when you are playing a fish, when you are fishing short like this, just take note when fish do swim through your peg. So whilst I'm playing this fish here, it just swam through my peg there. Just make sure you take note. And later in the session, once I've got, to be fair, I've got my eye in now. To be fair, a little bit. Again, just with feeding, if the fish just go through your peg, just bear in mind that fish might have spoots on fish. It could take a little bit longer to hook a fish. Once I've net this fish, I'm just going to refeed again. It's doing it again. Going through my peg. Once I've netted it, I'll just refeed again. Just an extra few seconds of me landing this fish, feeding, rebaiting my rig, and then going back in. Just gives the fish another 10 seconds just to settle when they come back in. Again, just that could be 10 seconds quicker of you getting a bite. Could be talking rubbish, but it makes sense in my head. 35 plus 3, 38. Careful now. Gone a bit funny this line now. Just stop getting indicated. Literally, I just started missing a few bites. I had thought about my long line, so I just fired 1 pouch of, I don't know, like 30, 40 maggots. Just fired 1 pouch on my long line, and instantly start getting signs. There's a little tiny one there, but I literally hadn't done a sign for about 2 or 3 minutes. Just shows, just splitting them fish can make a massive difference. I've literally I literally had that one sign in about 3 minutes. It shows when you start your match, just keep feeding one line. Don't split them fish. Just minimising the amount of fish that's going to come into your peg. You're going to hook less fish. I'm doing it, Toby, I'm doing it. Keep me on this short line though. Now I'm going to change my rig. That long line. It is that one there. Exactly the same rig. Just a little tiny bit deeper, grey hydro, 013 hook length. Plenty strong enough. When you've got all your tackle balanced, you can pull really hard. Unlike gear. I think it makes a big difference to be fair. The amount of difference, if I was to put 015 on, you'd notice straight away how much difference just that little tiny bit of diameter of hook length can make. Now the rig's in. Wait for this wind. It's not nice. Oh, I could see that one coming. Because maggots are notorious when you're fishing 13 metres. This is about the limit I can fish. I can group maggots nicely. It says go everywhere. So yeah, the reason I fish 13 metres, it just means it's just about on the limit of being able to fire maggots. I'm not going to be able to fire maggots much further than 13 metres. So normally all my maggots are going to be behind me float. Every now and then when the wind drops, you can group them quite nice. Because they're so light, there's not much you can do about them going all over the place. But you're making a nice big area. Just brings lots of fish in. You can catch lots. Just stop feeding that short line now, just for a few moments, just to see how this line fishes. If it does fish a bit funny, And it might be a case of just picking a few fish off each line. Stupendous scoop. Fantastic. Bit more of that. Reggie the red kite. He's awesome, isn't he? Oh, you can hear him from ages away. He's been here every round so far. It's awesome. Don't get none of them where I live. I'm loving this. You'll definitely get out of there. You fool. Tell you what, Tapes, we've got PB potential today. 238. I only broke it last week. I'll get my head down, but I'm not fishing for that. It'd be nice though. Not giving up. Right, that's it for that now. I'm putting another one in. Let's hurry up because he's opposite him he's starting to catch now. And he's got a very good edge peg, so he could catch a big time. That was fantastic. That was a lovely bite, that. So we are nearly 2 hours in. We're just plodding along on this long line. So I've started feeding that short line now, so I'm just concentrating all these fish on this long line. To be fair, we catch a few. We're not waiting any longer really than 2 minutes for a bite. The fish seems to be a little bit big on this long line, strangely. You'd think they'd be a bit big on this short line, but it definitely seems to be a little bit bigger on that long line. You can see as well, I've got to put another net in. I've got what have I got? So I've got 45 pound in that first net, about the same in that second net, and I've got about 10, 11 pound in this third net that I've put in. So I've got another, we've got to have a silverfish net as well, so I'm not going to be counting that one. But what's that? I've got about 100 pound now so far, so it's not bad for almost 2 hours. Could be on for a white weight if this carries on like this. But yeah, I'm just going to plod along on this, keep feeding this. The feeding pattern's been the same to just feeding twice, about 20-30 maggots. And oh, missed him. A wriggly one. And yeah, just plod along on this. And hopefully it carries on. That absolutely flew under. I'm in turbo mode now. Got to catch as quick as I can because matey boy opposite me, to be fair, is starting to catch a few now. I've not been keeping my eye on him too much, so I actually don't know how much he's got. But I tell you what, if Steve can do it, I'm sure I can do it. In his live match he did a little competition. I'm sure the gaffer won't mind me doing a bit of a competition because these bobbies are fishing so nice. So I'm using the 0.3 at the minute, and on my short line I'm using the 0.4. I think it's only right to do a competition, isn't it? So hopefully one of you lovely lot can be on the receiving end of having the joy of using the same float as what I've used today. So stay tuned to the end of the video. we'll do a little competition. And yeah, and catch some lovely carp like that. I'll tell you what, everyone, matey boy opposite me is really catching now. I'm still picking off an odd fish, but I don't think as quick as him. He's catching like 3 to my 2. To be fair, he's catching. Might have to get my head down as a fish just tried to swim through me float. Yeah, he's really catching now. He's on a good edge peg as well. He could finish really well. So he's got a lovely bush to his left. A lot of people just fish a top kit down there and catch fish really quick, and there'll be bigger fish there as well. So the tension is building. So yeah, slow down a little bit and keep feeding. Bring some fish back. Not forgetting my short line as well. I'm not feeding it yet, but when the time comes, we'll start feeding it. Not sure if I've told everyone, but we're actually winning the league at the minute by 7 points. Now, over 6 rounds in a teams of 4 event. That is really close. And that matey boy opposite us, he is in another team, and he's in a team that's in the top 3, I believe. And yeah, got to keep my eye on him. Keep my eye on him. Hopefully, he doesn't catch up too much. Just saved. Best thing I to do is keep plodding along, keep catching odd fish like this, and hopefully keep him away from me. Getting nervous, Toby. Getting nervous. Exciting though, isn't it? You seen it when Rune comments on my post? He always calls me a different name every time. He calls me like Reginald, and that he calls me all sorts of old people names. No. Just take note, when you do hook a fish, sometimes the fish can just linger in your swim sort of thing. So when that does happen, I just like to get that fish to just swim away, let it do its thing, wait till it stops pulling. It's starting to come back now. Just bring it back halfway, just pick my catapult up. Just fire some more maggots just over where that fish has just gone through. Feed them fish up for the next chuck. Just that bit of disturbance would have spooked a lot of the fish away, so I just think firing them maggots in, sorry. Just while them fish have been spooked, just gives them a bit more time just to regroup whilst you're playing this fish and hopefully netting it. Brings them fish back into swim, they're just waiting when you pop your rig back. It's like you flipped into me net then. That's quite cool. He jumped in. I keep thinking about this video, right? So Mikey's just started his YouTube channel called Dragon Angling, right, folks? And he's just done this. He's just done this, not long done this live match, right? And it pops into my head every day because that man's mannerisms absolutely kill me. Right? So he's done this live match. He's playing this one fish, and he's trying to go into his pallet and stuff like that. He's just like, "Come on, what are you doing now?" He's got the fishery manager opposite him. I assume so anyway. I assume it's a fishery manager. He's just going, Neil, what are these fish doing, man? Trying to go head first into the pallet all the time. I've not got a very good Welsh accent, and it's just the funniest thing ever. He's like, Neil, get out there, man. And he nets it, and it's just he just nets it right, just like this, just like that. It's quite good, isn't it? Nets it, he just goes, what an absolute tool of a carp. That was my best Welsh accent, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope I haven't took the mick out of you too much, Mike. You're a very strong man. I wouldn't like to go into battle with you. Oh, it's just one of the funniest videos I've ever watched, that is. I look forward to this event every year. Absolutely awesome event. This team's of 4 here at Alders Farm. Just full of just a bunch of nice guys. All enjoy catching loads of fish. It's such a good venue, this, to be fair. Absolutely rammed. We had a Guru Academy last year here. Now, I'm sure there was, I weren't here unfortunately, I think I was on holiday. I just struck into one then. There was about, I think there was like all kids under 18, and there was about five or six 200-pound weights. And like, countless amount of 100-pound weights. It's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal fishing this place. And yeah, just this league in general. I look forward to every year. They have a winter league, they have a spring league, they have an autumn league. So just fish it with the teams of 4, with the Black Horse gang. We look forward to this. I wish this place, it's an hour and a bit drive for me, this. Wish it was a little bit closer, otherwise I'd literally be fishing in it every single week. All the folks here are mint. All the folks here are a joy to be around. The cafe's awesome. Cook some lovely breakfast in the morning. Just absolute. It's a pleasure to come here. Awesome venue. Good old Trev. He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? Good old Trev. Don't know what he feeds them though. Then I'll have to pull a bit. Got him! Elastic stuck. No. There you go. So, net number 4. This will make it £7 in that net if you stay still. Be nice. £7 in there. So I've got, oh my god, 45, that's 90. I haven't got a clue what I've got in my third net. That could be around 40. Just having an issue with foul looking at the minute, so I don't know what it is. Not changed my feeding or anything, literally just last 5 or 6 fish. They've all been hooked, definitely not in the mouth. Not sure what it is. So these times, sometimes on venues, just carry on what you're doing and they're just being a bit funny sort of thing. But sometimes you got to change the way you're feeding. So there's so many loads of ways you could feed. To be fair, you could feed a big pouch full of maggots just once instead of feeding. So just missing a bite then. Feed them like a pouch just full of maggots once, feeding twice heavily, or just slow down your feeding sort of thing. It's like be very patient. So when you feed, just give it like a minute or two, just in case you feed again. So at that time, I just waited a little longer. I stopped feeding. Just waited a little, just been a bit more patient. Wait till that float's going, do nice and positively. Not strike at the wrong indications, because sometimes you could be just getting a giddy and strike at the wrong indications. And this one, the float just buried under. Stop feeding. Get out of there. And hopefully this one's in half. We'll have a look at it hopefully if we net it. Let's have a look. Looks like it's in the mouth. Just taking our time. No rush. No rush. So this is like a 3-4 pound fish, this, so it can make the world of difference. Let's have a look. It looks like it's in the mouth. But just changing your feeding. Sometimes got to do, yeah, £3. Just changing your pattern. Let's have a look and show the folks at home. It'd be nice. It's dancing. Yeah, in the mouth there, look. Right in the bottom lip somehow. Hooking a lot in the bottom lip too. I know he's in the scissors. So yeah, just changing your feeding. If something's not going right, sometimes persevering is a good thing, but most of the time, just changing your feeding, letting the fish, stop putting too much bait in. That could be the thing, putting too much bait in. So we've got about an hour and 20-ish to go now. Going steady, catching a few to be fair, still catching on this long line, ever so slowly, but it is going ever so weird. Every now and then you'll have a run of about 5 fish. Then the next 5 fish will be all weird. You'll hook them, you know they're all in the mouth, you just hook them and they just go absolutely berserk. I'm going a right old charge, all of them. And yeah, just plodding along on this long line. And I'm thinking about, just starting to think about that short line again. So I'm not going to feed it just yet. I think after I've netted this fish, I'll start feeding me short line now. That long line has definitely gone a bit funny. So I reckon just every now and then, once I've netted this fish, I'm not going to rush it. I'll net this fish, not stab at it, and start feeding that short line. Get him in. What we got? Lovely fish. Splat. See, again, it's happened right now. I've just started feeding me short line, and all of a sudden just start getting as many signs on my long line. Definitely seems to have a massive effect splitting your fish. I'm going to keep feeding that short line because I reckon I'm going to give it another 5 minutes on this long line. And then I'll have a look on that short line. Hopefully there'll be lots and lots of fish waiting for me. And have a great end to the match. Fingers crossed. We're into the final hour, the witching hour. Yeah, just literally, I'm still fishing this long line. Ever since I've started feeding that short line, this long line's literally just got a little bit better. So I'm in a bit of two minds really, whether to go on this short line or stay on this long line. But I feel like I could catch quick on that short line. I reckon if I have one more on this, it takes a little bit longer. I'll have a look on that short line next chuck. Yeah, I had a lovely day. Ooh, floats popping, not striking it. That looked a bit funky, that did. Yeah, might have a look at that short line after this chuck, I think. That was a bit of a funny little indication then. Yeah, had a lovely day, caught lots of fish. Hopefully the team has done enough and we might, hopefully, fingers crossed, win the league. It'd be a great thing. We've won it before, we won it once before and we were second the year before, I think. So yeah, it'd be great to win it again. Just seen a sign of a swirl on that short line as well, so that's definitely put me in the mind of going on that short line. So I've netted this fish now. This top kit is going on the roost and the short line rig is going on. To be fair, right in the top lip. There you go. Get ready. Buckle up. Strap in. Oh, I just got squirted with maggot juice then, did you see? Oh, went all over my face. Boom. Here we go. Look at that. Just shows the importance of priming up a line. That rig must have been in 30 seconds. Just had that one sign of that fish, but that rig was only in there 30 seconds. I've been priming up for about 10-15 minutes now. Literally it was in 30 seconds and the float's just buried under. Just shows that how important it is. Just before you go on a line, give it a few feeds and you'll be straight into them. Here we go, Tobes. Buckle up. We're in for a bumpy ride. This could be a manic last hour. Can only get better. This grey Alders fished absolutely lovely today. Just allows me to fish just a lot. That 013 has been spot on today. Absolutely perfect. Not felt like it's been too undergunned at all today. Fantastic. Gave it some stick as well. Definitely feel like it makes a difference. Just fishing that little bit lighter up length. Just feel like you catch so many more fish doing it. Just not just for F1 fishing, for carp fishing as well. Definitely makes a difference. In all kinds of fishing, to be fair. Oh, you don't hook fish better than that. Absolutely. Bullseye, that was. Tell you what, the league is at stake here, to be fair. Matey boy opposite, he has been catching all day. He won't be very close between us two, I think. So he's been catching shallow, I think, by the looks of it. Or on the deck. Yeah, will not be far behind me whatsoever. Let me tell you what, this one's going. Where are you off to? Oh my lord. Oh my lord. But yeah, he's been keeping close contact. Definitely been definitely not a mile ahead of him. Definitely feel like I'm ahead of him, but not by far. But you never know. I've had quite a few small fish and I've had a few big fish as well, so I'm not 100% sure. It looks like he's had quite a few big fish. Do you feel like he's had more big fish than me? Yeah, the scales are always worrying thing to... Got him! That's a nice one. This is the sort of fish that he's been catching. I've not seen him catch just like a small, like 2 pound, like I've caught quite a few of them today. This is the sort of stuff he's been catching. See, I'm catching short now. He's only got to have a look on the same line, all down that edge, and he'll be an alright old charge, I reckon. So I've got to make the most of this short line in the last hour, get my head down. So last 15 minutes now of the match. It is absolute mayhem, to be honest. It is now get your rig in as quick as you can, and it should fire under. But now I've said that, this rig's been in about 20 seconds. It's taking its time. Best thing now at the minute, just feeding like 30-40 maggots, just once, just on and short of the float. That seems to be best in minutes. Absolutely. Get your rig in as quick as you can. Jobby. Yeah. Must have put another like £30 in the last 30 minutes maybe. Another £30 in the net. So they've all been like £4 fish sort of thing. Hopefully, I've said it now. Get your rig in as quick as you can. It's taken a while now. Yeah. Hopefully we get a great end to the match. And we have a massive weight, which to be fair, we're going to have a massive weight no matter what happens. Could be on for the double ton today. Squeaky bum time. It won't be a minute until that whistle goes. Take my time. At this point there is no point in rushing at all. Just make sure you get this fish in. Any second now that whistle will go. Make sure you take your time. That's it. That's the all out. Just like I'm saying, take your time. No rush at this point now. Don't pull too hard. This fish could make all the difference, especially in a section like this when I can't see half the anglers in my section. You never ever know. Don't pull too hard, wait till he gives up. Just about to. Is he going to give up? Here we go. There we go. That's it, folks. That is the end of the match. Let's have a look, see what we've weighed. Tell you what, it's a lovely little comment, that. Let's put him back. So, as promised, I did say I'm going to do a little competition today. I reckon I'm going to give away some of the carbon bobbies I used today. I used 0.3 and 0.4 carbon bobbies. I reckon 5 of each. I think that would be a brilliant competition. So, comment below underneath this video on YouTube. How many pints of maggots do you think I fed? So, I had 8 to start with. How many pints do you think I fed? So, I'll give you a clue. It's numbers between 1 and 8. So, one of them two. So, yeah, comment down below what you think. And then on to the results of today. So team-wise, we've managed to win the day, which is fantastic, which then in turn we've managed to win the league, which is even better. So us and the team are absolutely over the moon to win the league. And then on to personal note, I had £221, £17 off my PB, so we weren't far off, but I'm absolutely over the moon with that. That's actually won the match today as well. So if you've really enjoyed this live match, we've done one with Steve Ringer, who needs no introduction at Larford. That's the last live match. If you click right here, you can have a little watch of that. Slide on.